Welcome back into this week's edition of Maverick Insider. I'm Rob Clark, joined alongside Minnesota State senior Addison Clary. Addison, I want to go all the way back to high school with Rochester Century. How did you really kind of land on Minnesota State?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's close to home, and I'm a homebody, so I really like having the opportunity to go home, and my parents come to the games. But I think for me, they came to a few of our camps for my club, and then I also came to a few camps here, and I just loved how competitive they were and just the culture and everything that came with it. And then when I came on my visit, all the girls were just so kind, and I loved the coaching staff. They were super nice, and I loved it so much I literally committed on my visit. So it was just felt like home to me.
Where does your love for the game come from?
Yeah, I feel like just growing up, I loved it so much, and the competitive side of it. I feel like I'm a really competitive person, and I grew up with a younger sister, just 2 years younger than me, and we played the same sports growing up. So I feel like I was just so competitive, and I don't know, I feel like it brings a different aspect of competitiveness too, and brings a little bit of something different out of me. And yeah, I don't know, just playing with everybody, it's more of a team sport kind of thing, and just having the opportunity to just play alongside your best friends is really fun.
This program is extremely successful. Did you ever imagine taking the field in a national championship game for your collegiate career?
It was always a dream of mine. I don't know, thinking back to last year, I was truly living out my younger self's dream. I don't know, it's crazy to think about, and I almost kind of still can't believe it in a sense, but I don't know, I'm just so grateful for it, and yeah, the opportunity was amazing.
What was the biggest adjustment for you from high school to the collegiate game?
Yeah, I think the speed of play and the competitiveness, but also the aggressiveness of the game, it's definitely a change of pace, but I like it. I love playing fast, I love getting the through balls, I love just how quick the game can be, and I think that's a super fun part of it, and connecting really, really quick in the fast-paced play of soccer.
Being a forward at Minnesota State, you're asked to do a lot of different things. Did that take a little bit to kind of get used to, as far as buying into that defensive aspect and getting back and really selling out?
Yeah, I think in high school it's a little bit different, where you are allowed to sit back and stuff, but I think here coming in, you're expected for as soon as you lose a ball, it's not, the play isn't over. You have to pressure. The pressure almost stems from the offensive, the front line, and I think that's where creates a lot of turnovers, and that's what creates the turnovers from the other team, but then also the offensive, and then getting up and just making sure that you're there as soon as, because the play doesn't die.
What is the legacy that you want to leave here at Minnesota State?
Yeah, I think just someone who younger people can look up to, and someone who didn't really take a play off and give it their all, but also I don't know, left a mark on the team in a positive way, as a human being, not just as a soccer player.
What makes this program so special? I mean, the competition that we see at practice, within the game, it doesn't feel it feels like everybody's really bringing the best out of one another, even though you do have one of the bigger rosters in this nation.
Yeah, I think that's the best part of it, is we have such a deep team, and I don't know, you're going against the best of the best in practice every single day, so I think just remembering that, and that brings out the best in every single other person that you're going against. So I don't know, just it's so nice to just have such a big team as well, because we can play 11s and we can have subs, or we can play short-sided things, and it's super competitive because you're getting in all the time, and it's just fast-paced. There's always energy, there's so many people, it's always talking, yelling, cheering and stuff. So I guess just especially when we're in the games, and the bench is super big, and it's just so fun to have everybody cheering you on, and then when you're on the bench cheering everybody else on, and just loving that other people are also getting in too.
And then I have to ask, because we talked about your early playing days at Rochester Century, to come to Minnesota State. There's a lot of Big Nine opponents that also ended up here at Minnesota State. How weird was that maybe to be lining up with those players that you played against? Because there's a lot of local Mankato products on this team.
Yeah, I mean, I played against Aubrey and Ella and Julia in high school, so I think it's kind of fun, and we'll still kind of have a little bit of the rivalry when we hear about high school stuff. But I don't know, I think it's kind of fun to just get to know them on a different level as well, and you played against them, but now having them on your team is really fun as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.